So this is Honda's new CB1000 GT, and here at Rapid we're going to give it a test ride on road and then on track to see what it's like when you have some fun on it. So let's have a look at some of the details on the CB1000 GT. At its heart is a retuned Fireblade engine. The retuning gives it more torque, it's smoother, and it's got more grunt at the bottom end where you really need it. The chassis is heavily based on the Hornet 1000 that's been out for a couple of years, but with some sensible upgrades for touring, including an electronic shock and electronic forks as standard. Talking about as standard, what else can we get for the £12,000 asking price? Actually slightly under 12 grand. You get electronic suspension, heated grips, cruise control, different rider modes including some that you can set yourself. You also get an up and down quick shifter and some panniers that I've taken off for today, including the bags that go in the panniers. So at just under £12,000, this thing is absolutely brilliant value. It's a CB1000 GT in its natural environment out on the road. This is not the first time I have ridden this bike on the road. I got the chance to play on it while we were recently on the Isle of Man for a Rapid TT tour, and especially on a location where you can enjoy a little bit more speed, this thing was really good fun because it turns really nicely. The steering accuracy is really good, so you can flick it through a series of corners and move it around on the road and be really accurate with it, but it's low effort. I'm not having to fight the bike, I'm not having to really put loads of effort in to move it around, even at higher speed, which is excellent because it means I'm not getting worn out and I can enjoy the ride. What I can tell you is that engine is an absolute peach on the road because it drives from almost no RPM. Right, 26 miles an hour, 25. He's actually going pretty well on that push bike. 6th gear, open the throttle, so smooth. This is an absolute peach of an engine. Picks up from nothing, the throttle connection's lovely. It almost doesn't matter what gear you're in. It is really impressive. Clutch action's light. And there's still that little rasp out the engine, especially as you're firing it through the quick shifter, that just reminds you that there is still some sports bike DNA in this thing. It is in there and it likes to come out to play. Right. Tiny little bumpy back road, because if you're touring, you don't want to be sat on the motorway all the time, which this will obviously do really well. You want to get out there and explore a bit, and this is a bumpy back road, but the suspension, even in sport mode, is dealing with the bumps really nicely. Comfortable, again, easy. And the joys of that really flexible engine is you don't have to worry about making sure in a gear that's not going to be too lumpy at low RPM or too peaky anywhere. It's just pick whatever gear you want and just roll the throttle on and off. Lovely. Being a modern bike aimed at going touring, about actually travelling, this has all the things you would expect. I have taken the standard fit panniers off it, but we've got quick shifter up and down, heated grips, electronic suspension, cruise control, all standard. There's USB charging points. This one's got accessory spotlights on it, and it just means you get all the, I suppose, creature comforts that make doing a load of mileage on a bike even easier, and you don't have the stress of having to pay extra money for them. The spec on this standard is mega impressive. Over the railway lines, lovely and smooth. This is what we want. It's smooth, it's quick if I want it to be. It's so easy to ride. It's accurate. Yeah, proper piece of kit this is. Absolutely proper piece of kit. To get to some twisty bits and you can put the bike exactly where you want it. The steering is really predictable, but almost effortless. You've got good leverage from the handlebars, but clearly a chassis that actually is designed to steer well. Yes, it's relatively softly suspended, which means it's good over British roads nowadays, but it doesn't mean it's lost that accuracy that often is, you know, forgotten when somebody's trying to make something comfortable. This combines comfort and accuracy, which is always impressive. It is confidence inspiring to know you can get to a corner and just pop it on the line you want. I'm getting information from the front end. You know, I know there are bumps there, but I'm not feeling the harshness of the bump. I just know what is happening on the road. Yeah. Very impressive. Airbox style. Hey. Yeah, there's definitely still some sports bike buried in there, and that we definitely like. So heading out on track on the CB1000 GT. And obviously the track is not the environment this thing was designed for, but I wanted to bring it out on track to, well, have a little bit of fun where I don't need to worry about speed limits. So I've joined in on a Master Your Machine group on a rapid day at Blyton Park, and these days are, or these sessions, these Master Your Machine and Bike Master sessions, are for concentrating on road skills for road riding, but in the controlled environment, so you can repeat the same drills over and over again and really understand how better you can control your bike. But right now it's not about controlling the bike as much as enjoying the bike. Right, bit of clearer track. Let's have a little bit more of a push on it and see if there's a bit more sports bike in this than just the engine from the Fireblade. It is so nice to flick through the chicanes. Right. A little bit of a trail brake in there. Still behaves itself. Right, as I go a bit quicker, even in sport mode, it's you can feel it's not rock hard like a sports bike. Right. 121 mile an hour. Absolutely piece of cake. Third gear has got so much go in it. Yeah, you could quite happily take this to a track day and have a bit of fun on it. The foot pegs are a little low though, because I have got them on the floor. It's like, oh, yeah, definitely got that on the floor there. But it's predictable, which is what you want, so you can still have some proper fun. Yeah, it's a little bit soft for track use when you start to go a bit quicker, but clearly this is not what it's made for. But it is still quick. This is a quick motorbike. It doesn't need to be revving to 15,000 RPM. This is real world quick, where you can just open the throttle and it drives straight away. Yep, over 120. Easy every lap. Brakes are reassuring. It might be a little bit soft when you start pushing it on track a bit harder, but it's easy and it's still blooming good fun. Very manageable, very predictable, and still fast. This is what we like from motorbikes. Plenty of fun to be had. So having now ridden the CB1000 GT on road in the UK, on track and around some of the Isle of Man TT course, the thing that really blows me away with this thing is how easy and how fun it is to ride. So there's lots of bikes that can carry luggage and can move you around and get you to A to B and in reasonable comfort. But to be able to do it with a bike that steers so easily has a throttle connection and engine nature that's just so easy to use, and still has that element of fun where it's got a bit of a rasp to it and it's got a little bit of sports bike personality buried in it. Like, this is fun, fast and easy, and you could easily spend all day in the saddle. And for the money, it is absolutely stunning value. Honda haven't cut corners with this bike. They've just made a better bike for better value. So if you're in the market for a bike that you can have a little bit of fun on and definitely travel some mileage, get down to your local Honda dealer. 6-year warranty, accessories if you want them, loads of dealer backup. Why wouldn't you buy a CB1000 GT? Thank you for watching. Please click the subscribe thing if you'd like to see some more bike reviews and bits from us. And if you want more information about what we do at Rapid, check out rapidtraining.co.uk.